I can't even begin to imagine what having all 7 rings would do to someone. It might even open the gates of hell!
I fully agree with you, Sonic. This game did come from the fucking gates of hell. So let's go over why Sonic and the Secret Ring control does not work. Starting with the controller. This hunk of plastic is the Nintendo Wiimote. It has an assortment of buttons on one side and this little cross on the other. This is known as a D-pad. This is up, this is down, and from your point of view, this is left and this is right. You know why I highlighted that? Because Sonic and the Secret Ring completely ignores the concept of this, which has been in use since Mario Brothers back in 1985. I'm saying for this, whee! Look at that, look at that. Another thing it does, Sonic is constantly moving. Constantly. You have to manually stop him from moving using one of the buttons. You know a game that can work with this? Like doing this with your Wiimote? A racing game. Sonic and the Secret Rings is not a racing game. And you know what? Let's use the highest selling racing game on the Nintendo Wii as proof. Mario Kart Wii. Put my Wiimote in. And I'm gonna go. Yep. No, that's backwards. That's good. Okay. Turn the volume on. My remote. Here. Let's start. Notice something? Notice something? I'm not doing anything. And neither is Mario. I was wondering why it's backwards. I'm using Discord to record because, yeah. Oh, I'm trying to write backwards. Okay, well this is not the best drag them upside down, but you know what? Mario, you have to actually hit a button to move Mario. And guess what? Oh, that's backwards. You know another thing? Mario's not getting. Mario not moving. He's not moving. He's not moving. I have to actually hold a button to make Mario move. And look, I can steer him using this. And when I make more accurate turns, I can brake. I can steer. And look at this. See what this is? That's a spring. You know something I don't... I keep going. We come to this junction in the road. I can either go the safer but slower path, which would take more time, or this faster path, which is harder, involving these mushrooms. And you know what that is? By moving forward, I can do a trick. But if you notice, I don't have to do the trick. Because Mario understands that, hey, this kind of control scheme doesn't work for quick reactions. It does, but also has another thing known as options. If I wanted to play, say a GameCube controller, something that actually works, I could. So I could, if I wanted to, move Mario left and right with the D-pad. You know a game doesn't let you move left or right with the D-pad? Sonic and the Secret Rings. You know a game doesn't even use the D-pad? Sonic and the Secret Rings. Let's show what I mean in the tutorial stage for Sonic and the Secret Rings.
So I'm sure you're wondering what I'm doing here. Well, I'm going to play the first 30 minutes of the game to demonstrate how bad Sonic and the Secret Rings controls actually are, and how they hurt everything else in this game. So, again, new file is a Wiimote. I'm playing on a computer, but this is a Wiimote with Emotion Plus, no less. It's a black one, but different one than the regular one. Let's begin. So I'm going to go with basic plot. This one's about 30 minutes of me just playing the game. So, let's go through it. Basic, so I'm gonna skip the big cutscene. Basic plot, Sonic's reading a book, he gets sucked into a timeline. He gets sucked in by a genie lady. Cool. 3, 2, 1. He's gotta save the book. Why is he doing this?
Tilting the Wii remote to the left and right will move you in that direction.
By the way, tutorial. Okay. This is a tutorial for moving left and right. So, like a car. The entire time, Sonic is moving. I'm not touching anything. I'm just slowly tilting. All I'm doing is tilting him. And you know what? It kinda works for this. It's not perfect, but the only obstacles are there are no obstacles. So it kinda works for Sonic. We'll actually figure out what the rest of it
Just made it.
By the way, this game is a medal system. There are 3 medals. There's gold, silver, and bronze. Let's skip that. That's not going to matter right now for the rest of this prologue section. Again, this is the prologue to the game. I don't think it's enough how much just the charge jump. So now we have controls which are more than just left and right. So far left and right for tilting, that works just fine. No problems. Okay. It's a weird idea, but if it's on its own, it works. Now we have charge jumping. So how does charge jumping work? Well, just slowly
Press
slide,
the 2 button and release
and
to
then
jump.
Again, this game gives you an entire tutorial. So all we're doing is just jumping. This game literally has a jump tutorial. This is like a minute-long jump tutorial. This is
Hold the 2
where
button
we have
down
to
and you can jump
slide down,
higher.
or jump and go. That's all you do. So you just slide and jump. Notice that's all Sonic's doing. And you know what? This could work. Okay, maybe it works fine. Well, it
Just
gets more
made it.
complicated bit by bit. And the second it gets any more complicated than that, it immediately suffers. So again, by the way, this process you have to do every single time you play a level. Any level in this game. You listen to Make Believe Reborn. You have to listen to it every single time. Be a stage, let's do it again. Each stage, introduce a new gimmick. Stage 3's gimmick. Move this over a little bit so it's in the center of my TV screen, my computer screen. This gimmick this time is jump dashing.
While jumping, quickly move the Wii remote forward to perform a
This is
jump
the first
dash.
major control issue of this game. You know why? Jumping works just fine. So far, I'm just gonna jump. You know what they do for that? It's not very straightforward to do. You have to jump and up.
Oh, no!
We move it forward. Let's try that. You physically push the remote forward. By the way, I didn't notice the entire playthrough. So this is the entire. Oh, nope, not pushing the remote forward. So what is it? Is it sliding it forward? That clearly ain't working.
No!
Let's try just shaking it. Just shaking it, okay? Notice how awkward that whole thing felt from the second we... You know what worked better? Hitting the jump button twice. We have a jump button. We learned the mechanic earlier, the jump button. Again, this tutorial immediately gets worse, because you realize, wait a minute. There's enemies in this. I have to use a homing attack. Okay, well, the homing attack is every other Sonic game, but at this point, you know what homing attack has been in every other Sonic game? You know what it's been? Jump, and then jump in the air. Just like doing the air action in Sonic 2. Even in the Sonic games where
You can do
even
a
Sonic
homing
Colors,
attack
where
while
you
jumping.
do an air
When the
dash by taking
lock-on
the
mark
jump button in the air,
appears, there's the
you
symbol.
did a double. You could still contact the enemy when you were near them. Was not a problem. Sonic Pocket Adventure didn't follow with the air action. Sonic and Knuckles had the air action of... Oh, by the way, this is how you move backwards as Sonic. You have to manually move him back because Sonic is always going forward. He's always going forward. So you have to stop, you have to manually stop, do this. What did I do wrong? I have no clue what I did wrong. And this isn't me purposely trying to play bad to show, hey, how a first-time player would play this. No, I have no clue what I did wrong. And by the way, it's only my second playthrough this game. I played it once as a little kid, or it came out in like 2007, 2008. I still have no clue what to do then. Oh gosh, it's over pits. I have no clue what to do.
no!
I have no clue what I did wrong. You know why?
You can do a homing
Because it's
attack
not
while
even
jumping
close to
when the
precise.
lock-on
Just
mark
a simple
appears.
action of
There's the
jump and
symbol.
button.
When
No
the
waggle,
lock-on mark
nothing,
changes
just
from
jump and
green to
button.
red, move the Wii
Jump
remote
and
forward
button.
quickly.
Jump, and then jump again. Jump, and then jump again. Look how simple that is. You're never gonna miss that. Jump, and then jump again. Now it's jump and fucking swing the wheel forward. And we're back to this view. And then you have to do it in succession. I found myself just shaking wildly. Sometimes hopefully it works, sometimes it doesn't. Which leads to these situations where I'm just kind of stuck either wildly whacking the remote, which, again, far from the best solution. Look at how much input it took. So again, this is not the emulator. This is the game itself. It's something on Wii. It's just, you know, the Dolphin emulator is fantastic. It's 1-to-1. The controller is, and my computer is plugged in to ensure that it's not going to lose like power or, you know, the frame. Because the frame rate, if you can't see right here, is at 60 the entire time. It's the exact same frame rate as it would have for a game. And the input, 1-to-1. So this is not the emulator's fault. This is the game's fault. Shake. I have no clue what the game registers as an input. Again, this is the Emotion Plus. So this is more sensitive. The original emote, no sensitivity at all. And yeah, I didn't get a bother getting a rank there because I wanted to show off how imprecise these controls are. I'm gonna keep going. This is your first impression of the game. You know how important? Again, when I went over the Sonic Adventure 2 review about, you know, the first impression you got in Sonic First City Escape and Iron Gate, that was massive. First impressions for Sonic games are huge. They set the tone for everything you're going to be doing.
Press the 1 button to break.
They set the tone for everything you do in a game. Probably one is break. You have to have a button just for braking. In the racing game, you had a button for braking. Mario Kart. But guess what? If you didn't hit that button, that controller, nothing happened. Pulling the button, I'm not hitting a thing. I'm not doing anything. Sonic's just kind of going. I have to manually stop Sonic. I mean, I wasn't doing anything. I was just hitting the button and going. Sonic was doing his thing.
Just made it.
He was going on his own. And you know what? That could work. In a mobile game where the only input is literally left, right, jump, and down. So you know all the inputs of Sonic Dash, a mobile game? Boo, ba, bee, ba, and occasionally hit a button to do a boost, and you can pause the game. That's the entire inputs. 6 inputs for the entire game. Let's go to Sonic and Secret Rings inputs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then that. You know also, left and right, do nothing outside the menus. Left and right is just control the menus. Oh my gosh. Back moves. Let's take back moves. Moves with Sonic goes backwards. Simple, right? 3, back moves. Show it off.
Keep
Sonic
the Wii remote
always
tilted
going
back
forward.
toward
I
yourself
want
to
to highlight
back
that. So
up.
if you move back with a slowly, sort of tilty Wii remote back in the normal position to this extremely awkward, like, flip position. And again, when you're doing this in action with enemies, it's a complete pain in the butt. Here, it was a tutorial, there's no enemies. But when you gotta do an actual stage with enemies and obstacles, and when you miss a spring because you were tilted too far one way or the other, you have to go back to get the spring, it's a complete mess. Again, it's not a fluid movement. It's not, oh, okay, hit the down button to move Sonic back. No. It's I have to hold the button, I have to tilt this real bad to get to hope that Sonic follows what I'm doing. And small jump. This is one of the easier missions. When I first attempted recording this, before I had to accidentally click out of it, which is why I've sort of a long story, but I'm using Discord for using Discord as I fit my physical footage, and then, you know, using Discord and a camera,
Quickly
and then
press and release the 2 button to do a small jump.
Like the game. There you go. Easy gold.
Too easy.
That's gold by the way.
No such thing as an
Oh, there's only one more tutorial level left. There's only one more mandatory tutorial level left. So, the reason for this video, I'm not showing off the stage list, the stage count. There's 109 missions in this game. 5 of them are bosses. 5 are bosses. And there's no clue as to what is mandatory and what is not in this game. No clue. You just give them a set of missions and go. The set of missions and go can work. But if you have to have some direction as where go is, there is no direction as to where go is. So again, this is grinding. This is the last tutorials,
on places
and
that have
well,
squared
let's
edges.
go. You can grind. Look at this. I'm not hitting the button. Sonic slows to a nothing on the grind rail, and eventually falls out. There's nothing. There's nothing stopping me. There's nothing there. Sonic's just slowing down. Oh, did you notice this? Okay. So I'm this far down. I want to clear this side. It works, right? Hey. You know what's from earlier? It stopped. Let's look for that. better go things very, very good. Extremely little with everyone else. That's the last thing. That's the last of the regular level, by the way. The last of the tutorials. Look at it. It took 11 minutes for us to get through the tutorials. I'll round down at 10 though, because I was kind of messing around with the homing attack. I wanted to show off some things, like the back step and the homing attack. And now we'll get to the next big mechanic of this, the Soul Gage. What's the Soul Gage? Not the Soul Gage, the Soul thing. Basically a mini upgrade.
So who's this guy who's trying to make the world disappear again?
You mean the eraser gene?
Oh, by the way, what happens here? Purple dude,
right. Can you take me to him?
dude comes out and says, "Haha,
There
Sonic, I'm gonna
is
kill
no
you."
need.
Give Sonic a fireball, and the fireball thing it runs out. It's gonna kill Sonic. So he said, "Now Sonic has a reason to do this beyond just, hey, I'm here. I'll save the day." Now it's, oh dear, this guy gave me a this guy gave me a fireball. I don't like it. Wow. Okay, not to introduce skill ranks. This is something introduced in this game. These have to be different. Ever so slightly from Sonic the 6 as well. You'll see every Sonic game release up to Sonic the 6. The entire goal of the game is that, look guys, it's not Sonic 06! Yeah, the Sonic 06 is gonna be a fun one. Anyways, you just pick your item and you go on. Cool. Let's go to the first full level of the game. So anyways, the first real level. This is the first big boy level. Okay? So far, it's just been some tutorial. It's the first actual level. So this is really your first impression of the game, truly. Beyond just the tutorial. I need to get one. I need a smaller mic than this. There's like a mini desk mic, like a cable mic, and I'm wearing it on a t-shirt. I have no idea how to use this thing. By the way, the ring bonus is upgraded to give you 5 rings. Start that with.
Let's hurry.
By the way, I'm not doing anything. Just tilt left or right.
If you have
Look how
at
slow
least
Sonic
one
is going.
ring,
This
you
is the
can get
fastest
hit
you're
without
going right
being
now.
hurt.
A slow, casual jog, okay? You know how fast we were going back to City Escape? We were teleporting. We were practically teleporting down the highway. Even when you're slow jogging in Clover's first stage, there's a lot of speed. This game, there is no speed start out at all. And I get why they did that. To make it more controllable. But you know it doesn't help the more controllable aspects? Oh, I don't know. The fact that this game struggled, the complete lack of any feeling of speed. This is the fastest we're going. This is level 1.
Killer is being
Look how boring this is.
manipulated
We're
by
just
magic.
kind of going.
Look out!
Dodging nothing. And you know what? This one looks like a spectacle too. Because while we get to see all these things happen, which does look nice, there's no flow to it. So it's memorable, sure. But that is one thing I will give this game. But the nice this game, isn't it? Oh, here's a nope. There was nothing there. Nothing doing on this enemy. We're gonna avoid you, jump on the ground here. Look at that. I could literally went as far as I could over there and it sent me the other direction entirely from the one I wanted to go in. Maybe because I'm tilting it wrong, but that's a little too precise. Oh, stop. Yeah, stop and remember these little pearl things where you fill your speed, soul gauge things. You don't get that till half of the playthrough, and that's like 4 hours in. Yes, this thing so a lot of this in the other game, you don't have to do a thing. Yeah, I'm not touching that. Hey, I'm gonna hold it down. Sonic's just going on his own. I don't care. He's going totally on his own. This was a bit of a problem with some of the 3D games, but ideally you would think this system wouldn't have that. I'm not hitting that button. I'm not playing. Look at this. Look how long I've gone on not playing.
Watch out! The red spirits
I'm
can
just
breathe
gonna dodge
fire.
that. Because you
It's
can't
a
do that in this game. You should not. I don't care. I'm not playing.
Whoops! Time
You
to
ain't gonna
make a
play so.
U-turn.
I don't think yeah, that happens a lot for you, son. Whatever. You know what? That's when the game works best. You can just watch it.
It should be cooler inside.
At least there's other games where you can interact with them, so there's no interactivity, which people, again, rhythm and flow and spectacle often fight each other. They don't
This
really
red
work
ring
well
is a
together, which is why the
fire
games don't
soul.
have a lot of spectacle, but they have a decent rhythm and flow, like yesterday. Sonic Pocket Adventure had very low spectacle, but had a lot of rhythm and flow to it. Sonic Adventure 2 had decent rhythm and flow, but the spectacle was really high. Oh, there was also no rhythm and flow there, but there was kind of pretty good spectacle. Because we didn't focus so much on spectacle, but you know that wasn't what directly connected. So here's another, and this game also uses a lot of dragon gimmicks, which is perfectly fine used. If this game was, again, this is a good example. I want to get in the bucket. I have to move all the way back to jump down, and I hope Sonic can land in the bucket before I do the back again, which is shake the evil up in it. And again, this is, oh gosh. It might actually be caused by my, no, it might be caused by the before. Oh dear gosh, what the hell. I'm trying to censor myself in the voice I did before. Who cares?
Press the
That one I blame
to
on the
get
emulator,
off
because
the
I don't remember doing that on
fun
the original hardware. So now I can blame on the emulator. But otherwise, again, this is the first level. Let's go back to nothing again. Watch Sonic play, watch Sonic go, and oh, there we go. Sidling. This is one of the major gimmicks you'll see throughout the game. They don't introduce this to you at all. There's no tutorial in the Lost World area for sidling on the wall. It just tells you. But you know what? It's perfectly fine. Now, if the rest of the game did that, they make you go to that mandatory 10-minute long tutorial. That'd be great. By the way, you know how you got up there the same way, homing attack? So in other words, if you didn't emphasize movement, that's not just simple as the jump. Okay, this game could have shot as many Wii-centric gimmicks as it possibly could in 2007. But what they come up with? Tilt the remote left and right and waggle. Push it forward, which is an extremely precise thing. You can actually do precise moves left and right. You don't have to do it. Oh, you don't have to do it a lot left and right. Good thing there was a ribbon there, or else Sonic was gonna die. Although you die a lot. I think this game has infinite lives. If the game has limited lives, I'm not even sure I made it past the first that wall section. It's a spectacle. It's a nice know what's going. Sonic's running through here. Stuff the rings on its own. This, as you can see right here, this is the emulator. This is definitely the emulator. So again. By the way, emulators are computers attempting to beat the console that you played on originally. I'm doing that because you can actually see the quality of the video instead of, you know, I don't have a capture card thing, so yeah, okay. Oh, by the way, welcome to the low path. Oh, trying to jump that up. And I have, I play the game before with that.
Just past that pier is the town.
And that's the end of the level right there. Don't fall off, done. So doing that first level, I spent a large chunk of it just sitting there doing nothing.
There it is! I see it!
That's
and you know
the
what?
King's Palace.
That's the best of the best it's gonna get. Just sit there and do nothing. Let Sonic play himself. That's a big problem with 3D games. Letting Sonic go. Let go, yeah, no let go. And you know why? Look at 5 minutes, 30 seconds for the first level of the game. That is excessive, as little as we were actually doing. That's an excessive length for the game. And we have other stages which are way too short. By the way, that's just getting you did the thingy for get into madness. Okay, so welcome to the next part of the missions. Before we get into one of the first really bad missions, called the Don't Break Jar mission.
Where
By the way,
is he?
in this part of the cutscene, this is something I do actually want to give credit to the game for.
Huh?
It's taking the classic
What's
Sonic
Dr.
characters you
Eggman
know
doing here?
and reincorporating them into these
I
stories.
knew
It's
it!
silly,
This is all
it's
another one of
cartoony,
your
but I like it.
schemes!
What is the meaning of this? I am Shar-Yar, king of this land.
Eggman, what are you up to this time?
Sonic, wait! You're making a mistake. This is him. This is King Shar-Yar.
Really?
Such insolence! Guards, seize this blue spiky thing at once!
Why make you
Where
cutscene
are your
in?
men, Your Highness?
Oh, that's right. Let me explain. When the evil spirits appeared out of nowhere, everyone turned and ran, and I was stuck having to hide in that jar.
Suddenly bird.
No! Help me!
Well,
that's a razor, by
guess
the way.
it's time for a little action.
That's your cutscene. Not a boss, not some introductory boss fight. Nope. Here's a mission where we have to don't die. Just don't die. That's your mission. That's right. This game operates on a mission structure, and not all the missions are just as simple as get to the end. Or get to the end and don't die like this one. That's trying to push 11 missions, not 10. So again, this is menu and everything. You have to, every time you pick a mission, you equip the ring you want. And there are 4 rings, so you can set a different 4 ring styles. Which again, they give them credit for. You have to pick the one every single time, and just pick it instead of having it say be an option in the world select or something. That way, you don't have to pick it every time you go to the level. It's extremely inefficient, which is annoying, especially as you're retrying missions. After you failed, when you fail a mission, you actually can do that again. I'm not going to show that on purpose because I don't want to, but you absolutely can. Annoying. So like, Yeah, look at this. Also, another thing I've been doing is replaying sections with newer stuff. Notice something here. This game makes the game longer button. It just makes this extremely slow, boring missions, just like in Sonic Colors. Joy. Oh, by the way, rings over kind of health bar here. You lose 20 per hit. There we go. And by the way, you can't control Sonic in midair early in the game. There's also you do that later on, which is stupid. Why they have upgrades for control. There you go. Up. Also, Sonic is excessively slow in the beginning of the game up hills. Of anything. He's just excessively slow in this game. I mean, if they're going with the whole Sonic trick but didn't get his nap, then okay, Sonic didn't get his nap. But wait, every time you listen, you take a mission. You gotta listen to 7 rings in hand through the desert in the sand. 7 rings in hand, come in. See, is this? This is the menu, this is the main theme. When Sonic Adventure 2 didn't even learn, they didn't put Live and Learn everywhere. They just left the game in the menu. They just left little hints. Like the instrumental will help. Oh, by the way, welcome to the next mission. Mandatory mission, I should say. Both of these are, by the way. Don't break the jar. This is the first example of the awful, horrific mission this game wants you to do. By the way, recording what I was doing, I was just making sure my thing is recording so long. It's been 22 minutes so far. Just again, the first 2 levels with some talking and the tutorial. So again, and watching the cutscene. So, about 15-20 minutes. This is the first 15-20 minutes of the game. So far, it's been boring, kind of hard to control, but fun, but acceptable. This is the first of the other kind of mission. The fuck mission. Because fuck, I hate these missions. And there are plenty of them in this game.
Are you ready?
So far it's pretty basic controls. You just move around, you try to avoid the jars. Well, notice something of that first mission was 48 seconds long. The don't die mission was super duper short. This was the jar mission, not super duper short. Also, this gives me a chance to highlight pulling attacking over bridges. Oh my gosh, I forgot on the first try. Just like shaking them wildly. There's no precision there. Like 6 or 7 attempts. Just shaking them wildly. Look at that. What the heck? I just shook it wildly. It didn't happen. Sure, maybe that's not what they want you to do, but it's what I found to do. Gotta stop right here. Shake. I have no clue. I have legitimately no clue. I beat the game, and I still have no clue. Okay, this isn't like, I could play for 10, probably 15 hours. I have no clue. I have no clue. But there was basic action as jump on and attack the enemy. It's something you cannot consistently pull off in a game. Your game is in trouble. Hey, even in the worst of the other Sonic games, you can always understand attack the enemy. Jump on them. Or just hit the button and then jump on them. Punch them. With your hammer. His aiming advance and eventually want to advance. It's simple. It's not good, but you at least understand what to do and you know how to do it consistently. This game, nah. Not at all. And another thing, they don't make you homing attack over. In the other games, they don't make you homing attack over the bridge. Nah. Remember how harder we were attacking all those guys and how freaking zappy it was? How instantaneous it was? Not here. Not in the slightest. Not in the slightest in this game. But the time I should do is I'm not have finished. This morning, I will not have finished this game. I'm still going to finish, but tonight, by the time it's finished, I'm here for you to like 11 o'clock. But I'm not going to, by the way, the game is not going to have any gameplay. It's just going to be me saying this game is bad. Don't play it, and doing basically going on a less sweary version of the spiel everything over the Mario Kart section. And I talk about why the buttons are important. Or I might just use that classic JonTron. I'm just going to use the JonTron clip. That's the kid family. It's going to be the JonTron clip. Yeah, this, the JonTron clip. Why shake a button when you can wag a stick? That's the kid family review. I'm just going to say, Sonic and the Secret Rings is bad. Don't play it. This is why. That's it. That's it. And then just the JonTron clip. Oh dear. Mission failed. Mission failed. You can blame me if you get distracted with the whole by making my talking about JonTron clip, but I was amazed I got past that. Come on backwards. 3, 2, 1. By the way, if you're wondering how I usually play a game, I usually lay down to play it because, you know, this is uncomfy. Just trying to get before being in this bad chair and leaning up on a brick or something. I don't know if I'm leaning up on right now, I can't tell. By the way, that's the mission. That you fail that one little thing, you gotta retry. And there are so many missions in this game which are just like that are mandatory. Not optional. Mandatory. Either that, or they completely mess you up. And they have strict timers on them. That was luck. That was pure luck. No, Sonic didn't quite get to that checkpoint. That was pure luck how I got that homing attack though on the first dude. With this, that fire assault thing though, they unlock stuff for the party mode. There's a party mode in this game. It's just Mario Party the bad, but it's cool. I guess I never played it, but again I didn't care enough to play it. When people want to play a Mario Party game, they just want to jump into the games immediately. They don't want to bother with this mess of a game. Again, I'm not trying to do bad here. I'm really trying to do this. So I feel that draw. I gotta go through this homing attack again. And again, look how basic this is. Like, if you see any other Sonic game, this would be very easy to understand. Oh my gosh, what the heck did I do there? I'm not sure, but you know what solved it? Jump in 2. Literally left, right, jump in 2. It will solve so many of these game control issues. On top of the making backing up of buttons. That would have solved it. And yeah, this game would actually be pretty fun if that was the case. Sure, it would have been a little stupid little missions, but it might have been a little fun. Now, how are you gonna get rhythm going, and there's flow going? There's nothing in this game. There is absolutely nothing here to keep a rhythm or flow going. There's nothing. This game needed Infinite Life, and now this game absolutely did it. Yeah, okay. Oh my gosh, I got it. Done. Done.
No problem.
25 tries. We are 30 minutes into this massacre. This game is terrible. I hope I can properly demonstrate that to you. Like every game on the Wii in the early days was awful, apparently. All of them. I always say head Tails.
Oh, thank you. I thought I was done for.
Tails? What are you doing here, too?
More of the confusions. Oh, and times like repeat each world. Don't die here. Don't die here. Wonderful, ain't it? The Super Rant. This game is terrible. Never play it. Ever. I will say one thing though. At the end of the game, the Razor Gym fight, because that's happens in the game, make sure you have the Aegis slider. I'll show you what it looks like real quick. I don't 100% safe. I'll download it from the internet because I think Case is going to record this. I just said not to record this, and that file, this probably wasn't mine. So yes, but my file list. Boss duel, Razor Gym, end of the game. I turned off one of the items because it gave you to be able to take away your rings, so you get an idea of what I mean. Show off what this is the last thing I'll show off, the final boss, because I like doing that. I like spoiling the game with the final boss. For the the adult review. Made for kid review? Nah, I'm not having those spoilers. It's good. Guitars, music. Oh, well, music. It's okay. Oh, but yeah, these upgrades. Look at this. The song is the upgrade. The slightest note. Let me put that down actually, so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. Like how much different you control at the end of the game versus the beginning. The slightest instantly teleport Sonic to the left and right. Look how fast it's going. Oh, crud. Look at that. You have 364 rings this time. Look, I couldn't tap him twice.
Now I just have to get
I legitimately cannot attack you twice. But that was really dumb. It's been a while since I played this fight. Alright, here we go. Alright, so usually this is what time break does. It slows down time. But Sonic slow too. Up. Be ready to boost again. Do what you're supposed to do. Normally that would cut your rings up, but because I have an Aegis slider, this little thing, I'm invincible. See? So I mean... Okay, that was me being dumb. I'm trying to show off what I mean by the Aegis slider protecting me from weapons. Which you'll need the bosses. I got hit directly on the boss by the boss, because I had the Aegis slider, I didn't get hurt. That's literally all I want to show off. Again, this game is terrible. Never play Sonic in the Secret Rings. Just don't. It is awful. No, but that clip of me thrown in the trash was perfect. Because this game belongs in the trash.